Welcome to Livewire 3 for Beginners course. So this video is going to mark the beginning of a Livewire 3 course that is going to be free here on YouTube. And we are going to learn how to build modern apps using Laravel Livewire. If you have been building applications using PHP, now you will be so much excited to know about Livewire. So Livewire, when we have been building applications using PHP, the first problem we have always got is we always need a lot of JavaScript. Okay, so we have always been using Ajax, we have been using Fetch and so many other libraries, and we add them in Laravel so that we can have the JavaScript way of doing things without loading the page. So after a time, a new framework came, a new package came out called Livewire. So Livewire is the best way how you can build a modern application using Laravel. Okay, so it really makes now building applications using Laravel so fun, and you do not need now to use Vue.js, React or anything when you are building Laravel applications. Okay, so for instance, you can have searches. You can search without even reloading the page. Okay, that is using Livewire. You can have button interactions, like click on a button and something is done. So all those ones you are going to be using Livewire. So if you check in the documentation, and you see they tell you that the most productive way to build your next web app. Okay, and if you just check down here, it said Imo Livewire takes Blade to the next level. It's basically what Blade should be by default, and this is the creator of Laravel, Taylor Otwell. Okay, so Livewire is one thing that's so much excited that made me to go back to Laravel, and it really makes building of front end and back end so much exciting. So guys, I'm so much excited to start this series, and we are going to be going a step by step, understanding how we are going to put this to build our modern apps. Okay, so we are going to start. So I have this documentation, and this documentation I will be updating it on every video, and I will also put it in the description so that you are going to be getting the updates of what we have been doing in that particular video. Okay, so if you check here, there are some things that I expect you to be knowing or you to be having at this point if you are jumping in or coming into Livewire or Laravel at large. At least you must be having knowledge of PHP. Okay, and you should also be having knowledge of Laravel. Like, it shouldn't be your first app with Laravel. You should first learn about Laravel itself, and then after that we can start diving into Livewire. But of course, I will be explaining step by step even how to install Laravel, how to get started, how to create databases. We are going to discuss all those things. Okay, so the first thing is we have to check if you have some things in your on your machine. The first thing is you should have PHP and Composer installed on your machine. Okay, so you should have those two installed, and if you don't have them, you can just simply download Composer and download XAMPP go to XAMPP on the apachefriends.org. You download XAMPP. You can also download Composer. So after that, you can now install Node. You should also install Node.js if you don't have already. Okay, and then next you can install Git and Git Bash. Okay, the link is also there. You can install that, and then you can now install a Laravel installer. Okay, at this point I expect at least you to be having these things, but in case you don't have them, just simply install them. I've put the links here, and even the command to run. For instance, installing a Laravel installer, you simply run composer global require Laravel installer, and this will be enough. And this is where we are going to begin from. So create a new Laravel app, a brand new, by using this command, Laravel new, and then you put the name of the app you want to create. Okay, so you can just put any, whether you put a to-do app, whether you put Laravel app, it doesn't matter, but just put any folder you want to be created here. Okay, so that is where we are going to begin from. So I've already done all those commands I've shown you from top. I've already installed my new app here. I'm just going to show you. So I have my new app and I've already opened it in VS Code. Okay, this is a brand new, I've just created it like 5 minutes before this video. So this is a brand new Laravel app. Okay, there is nothing I've edited or I've changed. If you go to localhost 8000, so run php artisan serve, let me show you. Just simply run php artisan serve. This is the command I ran here. Just going to make this bigger. So this is the command I ran, php artisan serve, and it started this localhost on 8000. So if you go on localhost 8000, I have a brand new Laravel app, and if you check down, it should be telling you that the Laravel version you have and even the PHP version they have found on your machine. Okay, so you should be having Laravel 10. Okay, if you are watching this video in future, they should also show you the Laravel version you have, maybe 11 or 12 by that time. Okay, so that is good. We have this installed, so make sure you are at this point. This is the point where we are going to start from. Okay, and I expect you to be at this point before I add anything. So this is my starting point. Have a Laravel 10 app installed and it is running. So what you are going to do, I'm just also going to install to show you one thing that you are going to do. After you have created, it is good you can create a database right away and update it in your MV file. Okay, we are not going to work with databases in this video, but it is good that you have like your database. Even you just leave it, leave this step. We'll work on this in near future video. I think the second episode. So in this first episode, we are going to look at something small. So I just want to show you how to install Tailwind and Flowbite plugin. So in this whole entire series, I'll be using Tailwind, and I want also to show you, because we are talking about building modern application, guys. Okay, we are talking about how to build modern apps, and Taylor himself, he said, when you are building applications if you are building applications in 2023 and above, at least Tailwind is the way to go. So you're going to learn how to use Tailwind, and I'm just going to show you how to add Tailwind to your Laravel app so that we just add it once and for all. We'll be using it as we move on. Okay, so you can click onto this guide, this link, or just come to a new tab, and on this new tab you can type in Flowbite. Okay, so what is Flowbite? So Flowbite, I'm just going to go here. So Flowbite is a component-based plugin, or you can just say a component-based website where you can get already built components. Okay, for Tailwind. So it is built on top of Tailwind, and it gives you nice looking components that are built with Tailwind. Okay, it gives you those components built with Tailwind, and we are going to be exploring how we are going to use it. So just if you are on this website, just click on get started. Okay, now onto this page, simply scroll to where there is scroll down. You can see they are integrated in React, Next, and all these other frameworks. Just scroll until you reach on Laravel. So click on Laravel. Okay, this is the page that you'll find in the documentation here. This is the page here of starting with Laravel. So the first thing they will show you is that you must have installed. You can install Laravel, which you have already done. So now what we just want to do is cd and I've already run PHP artisan serve. So this is the point where I am. Okay, you have already run PHP artisan serve. This is the point where you are right now. So what I want to do is I want to scroll down, and we're going to start like our first step is step number 4. First is to install Tailwind and Flowbite plugin. Okay, so just simply copy this command. Okay, just simply copy this command, and I'm just going to come here on my project, and I'm just going to stop this. Okay, I'm just going to say Ctrl C to stop it, and I'm just going to say clear to clear everything. Clear, and then I'm just going to install this. I'm just going to copy that, enter, and then this will quickly start actually installing those plugins. Okay, so we are installing sorry, I think there is a problem. Let's just wait and see. Flowbite, let's see if it starts installing, guys. So simply install just like that. npm install d is just install it as a dependency. Tailwind, post CSS, auto prefixer, and Flowbite. So it installs all these things, and we're just following these steps here. Okay, so the installation process will depend on your internet speed. Okay, so I'm just going to pause for a second, and I'll be back when this installation is about to end. Okay, so the installation is now complete. So you can see they say added 109 packages. So for me it took some about like 5 minutes or 3 minutes to install. So I don't know how much time it has taken for you, but just be patient and install these packages. Okay, so let's just move on to the next step. So after you have installed those packages here using npm, just move on. The next one is initiating the Tailwind config file. So just simply run npx tailwind init, just this file, this command. Just come here and write npx tailwind init p, and I'm just going to I'm just going to lower this. Okay, now in this I want to bring back this side, and you see the files it is going to create. So right now we don't have anything to do with Tailwind file here. So it's going, after running this command here, is going to create two files. Okay, is going to create a Tailwind config and a post CSS config. So if I create this, run this command, move here up. So when you run this command, it creates two files, and you can see here created Tailwind CSS config file and post CSS config file. Okay, and it creates them here in this directory. So moving on, just they tell you, and so you add this code here, add this path. So they tell you add the view path and the require Flowbyte plugin in the Tailwind config. Okay, so simply just copy this. Okay, copy this, and you're just going to go to Tailwind config. So whatever is there, we are going to replace it with this. Okay, so just simply Ctrl A and Ctrl V. So just to make sure we have replaced everything. Okay, so we have it now done very well. And if you see here, we are trying to compile our resources in the resources folder, the JS and the blade files, and even if you add the view files, and then also the Flowbyte JavaScript is also being compiled. Okay, so just move on with the steps. The next step is add the directives inside the resources app.css. So I'm just going to copy these 3 files, just copy those ones, and just simply move to resources. So in this here, just find the resources folder, and under CSS app.css there is right now nothing. We just simply paste these 3 files just like this. Okay, so just move on with the installation. So they say make sure in your compiled CSS, so make sure you're using your compiled and CSS, and you can include this in the head. Okay, so simply copy this at Vite. So Laravel is using Vite for compilation of resources, and so we are going to use this directive and we put it in the head. So copy this line, okay, and you can take this line inside. So just go inside resources, views, and welcome bread, this one here. So just scroll down here. Now we're just going to look at this. This is the blade file that is being seen onto the home page right now. This one, this is the welcome blade. So don't mind about this. In fact, you can even remove this. Just on top here, I'm just going to remove this, all these styles, and just simply paste this at Vite inside the head. And by the way, I'm also going to remove everything in the body. Okay, so you can just remove everything here. I'm just going to simply write the body. So just say body. Okay, just going to see body. I don't know where that bloody color is coming from. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, I think it is the selection that I had done. Let me just go back. Welcome blade. Okay, we have these styles. You can actually just remove these styles, guys. Okay, and then in the body you can just simply also remove everything that is inside the body. Okay, you can just simply remove everything that is inside the body, and that is the what we are seeing on the home page right now. You can just simply remove all those things. We don't need them. Just simply remove them just like that. I'm just going to go up to the body here, remove everything. Okay, and then I can just say h2. Let me just say h2. I'm just going to say welcome to Livewire course, just like that. Okay, so you can just now have that, and then inside here I'm just going to add this directive again. Just go to this guide. Okay, just simply copy this. Okay, just copy that and then just paste it here. Okay, we are just copying at Vite and we are putting it inside the head, as they said here that you should put it inside the head. Now next, import the Flowbite JavaScript into the JavaScript package into your application. So just go inside the resources, JS, app.js, and we add this line. So simply just add that, import Flowbite. I'm just going to go to resources, JS, app.js, and simply add this. Okay, cool. Next, you would have used the link. If you wanted, you could use this CDN link. Next is there's one thing that telling you now that you have set everything. So now what you need is to run the PHP artisan serve and also run the build process using npm run dev. Okay, so we can just do that. So just come here on your command, and on your command we can run again PHP artisan serve. Okay, just like that, and then open a new terminal, and you can add a second one and just run npm install, and then you can also run, and you put and npm run dev. Okay, just run this command, and this one is going to be for compilation of our resources. The CSS and JavaScript is going to be compiled by this one. Okay, so it's going to start also running Vite. Okay, so Laravel is by default is using Vite. Okay, so you see it has now compiled our resources here. So if we just go on localhost 8000, let's refresh. Okay, let's just refresh and see what we have. Okay, so you can see we have welcome to Livewire course. So let's just test if we are having Tailwind working. So to know that we are using Tailwind and it is working properly, first of all, let me just go to the welcome blade. Okay, let me remove this class. I'm just going to say, first of all, I'm just going to say BG slate. Okay, BG slate maybe 100. Let me just give flex, justify center, items center. And if you are wondering how I'm getting this auto complete, just install a plugin here. Just install a plugin for Tailwind. Just say Tailwind IntelliSense. So Tailwind has this plugin that does most of the things. Just have this Tailwind IntelliSense installed, this one. Okay, you have everything auto like this. So they just also have it. Let me give it also a min height. So I'm just going to say min height screen. This is 100 VH. And then what I'm just going to do also after you have centered it, okay, what you can do also is giving this one a class, and let's give it text, maybe 5 Excel. Let's bold it. You say font bold. Okay, let's see now what we have. Okay, and you see it reloaded itself, and we have welcome to Livewire course. Okay, now I'm just going also to add the fonts. Okay, we can add some nice fonts. Just simply go to fonts, fonts.google, and this you can use this as a template every time you are starting your Laravel application. You simply use this app. You can just you can just simply copy this on your GitHub, and let's use the start as a starting point. Okay, I will also be using this as a starting point in the future videos, so that we do not have to set this all the time. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to it seems like Google updated this. I'm just going to search for DM. Okay, I'm just going to search for DM Sans. Okay, just click on this. You can just search anything you want. You can use DM Sans. You can use Inter is also another good one. I think we can just go with Inter. Okay, let me just use Inter. So just simply come here and let's just add the Inter 300. I already have like DM. Let me first remove some of these ones. Okay, I'm just going to remove some of these ones, and for this one they just keep adding the Inter. Okay, so I'm just adding Inter 300, add 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and even 900. So you can just add this. Just go to this view selected family and just come and let's copy this. So you could copy the CSS. Let me just simply copy this link here. So I'm just going to copy this link, copy it. Okay, and then you can just simply come to welcome blade, and then also in the head on top here you can just simply put this here. And what something else you can also use is, okay, you can just copy this. So we are going to see in the future how to set this as a variable in Tailwind, but for now let me just copy it. and let me go to app.css, and for the body, in fact for everything I could just say star, and then I say font family, just simply paste this here. Font family is this. Okay, and let's see if there is anything that changes in our app, and you can see it has changed to using inter. So that is cool. So we are going to be using inter in our course. So I think this episode serves as the beginning, and let me meet you in the second episode where we are going to build our first Livewire component.